Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. So you realize how Hollywood's been selling us this fantasy for a very long time. In its entirety, anybody can make it in the event that they have the ability and associations. Routine. Well, turns out there's a more obscure side to the business that they helpfully abandon out of the leaflets. With all the style and marvelousness, there's a decrepit underside loaded up with a wide range of obscure stuff, drugs, sex, eagerness, and so on. Supposedly, individuals will do pretty much anything to ascend that Hollywood stepping stool. They're selling their spirits plainly to get a way in, and get this, there's even murmurs of this mystery bunch calling the shots in the background, controlling who makes it and who doesn't. Currently, I realize it seems like something straight out of a paranoid notion. However, that is why we have insiders like Feline Williams and Joe Rogan apparently moving forward with Spill the Tea. Feline's been ablaze of late, broadcasting out everyone's grimy clothing like crazy. He's not withdrawing from anybody, not even the big cheeses who believe they're distant, and word on the road is he's collaborating with Joe Rogan to drop a few significant sentiments about this mysterious Hollywood snap. I know it's a great deal to take in, yet lock in, folks, because we're going to make a plunge. Okay, so Feline Williams drops by Joe Rogan's webcast for a long-distance race visit meeting that happens for a strong 3 hours, and let me let you know they didn't keep down, they covered all that, from life's most profound secrets to the notorious Illuminati. Currently, Feline drops some serious truth bombs, proposing that the charm of the Illuminati resembles an alarm. For those hungry for influence and wealth, it resembles a celebrity club for the first class, offering a wide range of succulent advantages that make it difficult for people to oppose on the grounds that it's an exceptionally influential idea to have and very rewarding and gainful to not be endeavored. Joe Rogan bounces in, absolutely flowing with Feline's take. He's tied in with investigating the possibility of worldwide power associations, envisioning how they could bait in world pioneers with extravagant toys like personal luxury planes and high-level conversations about environmental change. You might at any point fault them for being enticed, but here's where it gets truly fascinating. Feline raises a strong point about these associations having their own arrangement of rules. It resembles a mystery club with a severe enrollment strategy, and over the long haul, it gets increasingly hard for novices to break in. That is where obscure characters like Epstein and Weinstein become possibly the most important factor. They understood what these big cheeses needed and served it up with a royal flair, basically turning into the go-to providers for their haziest cravings. Epstein-Weinstein, like these folks, understood what these radicals loved and gave it. Joe Rogan fanned the fire guessing about what goes down at these restrictive gatherings facilitated by these strong figures. He referenced how participants presumably have their gadgets filtered and locked away, and how there's most likely some genuinely obscure stuff occurring in secret. Feline concurred, calling attention to that characters like Epstein have existed from the beginning of time, taking care of he haziest longings of the strong world class. There's a few happening in the background to anyone that truly needs to control everything. You would simply prefer not to control all that you need to control everything, so he can pull off some too. Now, as we as a whole know, Epstein and Weinstein are not the very banner young men for good way of behaving. However, before we plunge into their untidy stories, we should separate this entire thing first. Currently, you've likely heard murmurs regarding the Illuminati sneaking in the background of Hollywood. The central issue everybody's asking is whether you should be important for this mysterious society to become wildly successful in business. So what precisely are the Illuminati? Well, this puzzling gathering's been the discussion of paranoid notions for a very long time. Picture strong people making things happen from the shadows, molding world occasions, like some sort of behind-the-scenes mannequin expert. Everything goes back to the 18th century in Bavaria, where this person named Adam Viop started off a mystery club called the Bavarian Illuminati. They were tied in with spreading edification thoughts and giving a huge center finger to strict interfering in governmental issues, yet quick forward to now. What's more, the Illuminati has taken on an entirely different energy. This is how things have been unfavorable, and individuals love to conjecture about associating it with everything from governmental issues to mainstream society. It's fundamentally the boogeyman of paranoid notions prowling in the shadows of society. Currently, we should talk about paranoid notions explicitly, like the one about the Illuminati penetrating the diversion business. You've likely heard the murmurs regarding how this shadowy gathering calls the shots in the background, molding the professions of celebrities and controlling their predeterminations. These speculations propose that Illuminati individuals participate in a wide range of obscure stuff, from secret customs to making fan bargains for distinction and fortune, and as per the bits of gossip, a few major names in Hollywood are purportedly part of the club, beginning with Kanye West, who has been hauled into the entire Illuminati jabber among superstars a few times, yet dissimilar to some celebrities who stay mothers about these fear-inspired notions. Kanye's been very vocal about it. He directly got down on these strong substances on numerous occasions, saying they have a hold on certain celebrities. However, here's where it gets fascinating. Kanye won't hesitate to talk about his reality, regardless of whether it lands him in steaming hot water. He's gone ahead despite any potential risks, guaranteeing he's unapproachable and can get out anything he desires without confronting repercussions. And how about we be genuinely the man who said and did some lovely eyebrow-raising stuff throughout the long term? I can express what I might be thinking and not go to prison, she tells the camera. They have no control over me. You get what I'm talking about. They have some control over Shaq. They have some control over Charles Barkley. They have some control over LeBron James. They have some control over Jay-Z and Beyoncé, yet they have zero control over me. You see, it ain't no name, I won't name it, it's up Whoopi then, at that point, raised his departed mother, asserting she was forfeited prior to adding, I'm the P that never K, no one except for that implies I can get out anything I desire, my mother ain't here, my mom was forfeited, you can't send none of your quiet facts, you are all puffies. You all, little boos, none of these names, none of these individuals that need to pay attention to you all, I never know. I'm the P that never K. No one except for that implies I can get out anything I desire. He then proceeds to specify Michael Jordan's dad, hinting that the ball legend's father was likewise forfeited. They could control LeBron James, they have some control over Jay-Z and Beyoncé, yet not you, man. However, they have no control over me. Ain't no name I will not name, it's up none of you all compliant plants, why doggies, why little boos, none of these names, none of these individuals need to pay attention to you all since they're managing. They have lawful. I never saw anyone but a few people figure Kanye's unashamed demeanor comes from his refusal to be controlled. He's not going to allow anybody to quiet him or direct his moves. However, here's the kicker, his intensity has included some significant pitfalls. Everything started off when Kanye stood out as truly newsworthy at his Yeezy Paris Design Week show. He shook a shirt with White Lives Matter on it and had dark models wearing it. It's an expression related to neo-Nazis and racial oppressors, an immediate reaction to the development of dark lives. Individuals were not having it, and Kanye confronted a lot of reaction from fans and CBS. The same is true on the web, but if you stand by it, it deteriorates. Kanye didn't withdraw, he went on Instagram, then, at that point, hit up Twitter with some truly hostile to Semitic language in his posts, and right when you figured it couldn't get any more insane, he continued to ramble off disdain discourse in interviews. The public wasn't having any of it, and organizations like Hole and Balenciaga were directly attached to him, and Adidas dropped their arrangement with him after he lost his tycoon status. You read that right. Kanye's total assets endured a shot, presently sitting at $400 million as opposed to being an extremely rich person, and to finish it off, Forbes even dismissed him from their tycoons list from that point forward. Adidas has opened an interior examination after a few previous representatives blamed the West for an unseemly working environment. Directly during gatherings with Adidas representatives, individuals in his circle, from previous sweetheart Julia Fox to colleague Pusha T, have likewise reduced most, if not all, connections with him. Y's November 22 ND supper with Donald Trump and white patriot Scratch Fuentes was generally reviled even by Trump's previous VP. Mike Pence after he posted remarks on Instagram that were thought of as by quite a few people to be hostile to Jewish. The web-based entertainment stage limited the rapper's record because of an infringement of the organization's standards and rules that drove Yahoo to end his 2-year break from Twitter to not just air his complaints with Meta president Imprint Zuckerberg over the suspension yet to likewise keep offering hostile to Semitic comments. We additionally have the power couple Jay-Z and B. Iance they have additionally confronted their reasonable part of Illuminati allegations essentially due to their enormous achievement and a periodic utilization of Illuminati symbolism in their music recordings. However, they've generally denied any contribution yet. For what reason in all actuality do individuals become involved with these hypotheses? All around we should plunge into quite possibly of the juiciest gossip, the secret encompassing Aaliyah's passing. A few people except Jay-Z forfeited her so Beyoncé could step into the spotlight. Presently there's this examination game named Aaliyah versus Beyoncé. Take a gander at the names Aaliyah, meaning the most noteworthy, most lifted up one, versus Beyoncé. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.